My son, Jeremy Poldark.
Jeremy Poldark, with the help of Providence.
God bless him, sir. I'm Mrs.
And may he be spared to grow up a man. And may his glass be filled to overflowing.
Demelza. Prudy. Prudy, damn you.
Right here.
Well, John.
Come on, boy.
John, get yourself in here. Where the devil is everyone?
Mistress isn't back from Seoul. What do you reckon you be doing to that little one?
What does it look like?
Murdering her.
It's Prudy.
Come, I ain't seen Prudy this last half hour.
When faced with the enemy, an Englishman proceeds with coolness and courage. Get hold of the other end of this towel. There, Jim. There we are, boy. There's a good boy. There. There we are. Come on, boy. Nice, clean boy. There. There. There we are.
What now?
Take it away.
What you got there, then, you...
Baby!
Oh, you murdering and why be you fiddling with an anyway, a poor little mite?
Because you weren't here and it needed it.
You washing away. Hey, come on.
Jeremy, all right?
Of course he's all right. Why were you so long in Seoul?
Stayed away with Jack Hoblins at the girl. She was sick.
I'll get Dwight to go and see him.
Didn't go to touch her, though. You can kiss people like. You came to people, aren't you, Russ?
No more than they deserve.
Reckon they deserve something.
You've just had it.
Is that all I get?
What else do you want?
New dress, baby?
No.
You ain't caned at all. I reckon there's lots of men that caned than you. I reckon that man Caroline Penvennon's going to marry you'll be caned to her.
Reckon he will. He'll be living on her money.
Am I near?
No, well, no.
Oh, am I getting nearer?
No?
Well, tell me where to look.
It's near Mama.
It's near Mama. Well, now, is it, for instance, is it in Mama's chair?
Don't be childish, Francis.
I'm sorry, we're only playing.
Don't you think it's time you stopped now?
Have you found it yet?
No, not yet. What do you mean?
It's time Geoffrey was in bed.
It's early. If I could only find where my watch is, I would be able to tell you what the time is.
It's 5 o'clock. We have to be at Kilwarren before 7.
Oh, you spoiled sis.
Never mind, my dear. It's time you were in bed. Tell Mrs. Tabb to take you upstairs, and I'll see you before we leave.
Good night, young fella. I wish I didn't have to get to this damn party.
So do I.
What do you mean? You're always complaining how dull your life is, how few people you meet.
Is that my fault? Every time I go out, I'm embarrassed not to be able to return our friends' hospitality to wear the same old dress.
But you wear it very well. Will you have a drink with me?
There'll be plenty to drink at Kilwarren.
No. I want you to have a drink with me. To the new dress.
Well, at least they haven't come to blows yet.
Who?
Ross and George Warlegan, of course.
Oh, I've always found Mr. Warlegan extremely civil.
For your husband, I haven't given him a bloody nose.
That was ages ago.
Oh, not more than a year ago.
Plenty of time for Ross to have made it up if you wanted to.
But you don't know Ross.
But I do. And then, I must congratulate you. Mr. Trelawney is quite the most interesting man I've met in an age. But then he's a member of Parliament.
He's a sample of Parliament, God help us. He's as opinionated as a parson in a pulpit.
Shh, Lady Constance. She's going to marry him.
Marry him? A barnyard capon? All crow and coxcomb, marry him as soon as... Gotcha.
War with France.
Within a year. I don't like to contradict you, sir, but in the House of Commons, not a month ago, Mr. Pitt assured us there would be no war with France in the foreseeable future.
Damn it, then it's certain. We must look to our defences.
And our profits, if there's no gainsaying it, gentlemen. War is good for business. Copper was up again yesterday.
Perhaps that's why Captain Poldark reopened Wheelgrace Mine.
No, Mr. Penvenon. I cannot look so far ahead. Or wish so great a disaster on my country. Some of us know what war means. There's no profit in death.
There's none in fine sentiments. McNeil, you're a soldier. Would you rather die in battle or in some blackguard night affray with wreckers and smugglers hereabouts?
I agree with Captain Poldark, and with your permission, sir, I'll die in my bed.
It isn't my permission that you need.
You would not have reopened the old workings without a reason. Have you discovered something there?
Yes, an old friend. And a new partner.
I'll drink to that. Oh, Sir Hugh, will you pass the decanter?
The more a man drinks, the more a man sinks.
Wheelgrace.
An old mine's like an old woman. You put more in than you get out. I'm fit to burst. Where'd you keep your pots, Penvenon?
Behind the screen. I represented the case of the Cornish miners to Parliament the other day, and the president of the Board of Trade informed me...
You know, this is a damn fine claret. Where did you get it?
From my cellar, sir.
Oh, come on now. We're all gentlemen here. What's the secret?
I have no secret, sir.
And if you shared it with Mr. Poldark, it wouldn't be a secret anymore.
There's far too much talk in the House, you know. I made a speech about it. Mr. Speaker was good enough to say it was the finest speech on not speaking he'd heard in an age.
Are you,
I made a motion.
Are you here on duty again, Captain?
On duty, no, sir. I'm staying with our talking friend. But must tell you, if I see it,
in that case, I
will see that you don't see it.
And should
you pay your
Privy
duty, and I won't have to do mine.
It was a sharp exchange.
Was it reported in the newspapers?
They print nothing good. I never read them.
You should, Mr. Trelawney, or you won't know what crimes are being committed.
Or what lies are being told about you.
Lies, my dear George, lies.
More wine?
Gentlemen, this is a neighbourly occasion. Let me remind you that you are here to celebrate the engagement of my niece, Miss Caroline Penvenon, and Mr. Unwin Trelawney.
MP.
Gentlemen, let us drink to them. Unwin and Caroline.
Unwin and...
Wish I were a man. I drink port and claret till my eyes popped out.
Really, to Mel, sir?
Oh, really, Elizabeth? Hey, why should they get all the fun, whereas we sit up here and wait for them?
Because that's the way it is in a civilized society.
And it's time we changed it.
How strange you are. What will Miss Penvenon think of you?
Miss Penvenon agrees wholeheartedly. Some tea, Lady Bedragon.
Never touch it. Rust your insides, your outsides too. Turns you brown.
Surely your ladyship must be mistaken.
Where does your tea come from? India. Who drinks it all the time? You're Indian. What colour are your Indians? Brown. What do you call it?
Horace.
Not a damn silly name. Then it's a damn silly dog. Could have sworn that were its face.
Thank you, dear
I suppose, Miss Penvenon, that after you were married to Mr. Trelawney, you will live most of the time in London.
Yes, I suppose so.
I wish my husband had widened his interest in entered politics. Down here, there's so very little decent society. It's a wild country.
Wild, passionate, and strange.
To someone like you, it must seem to be a foreign country. How I envy you. Going to live in a fashionable part of town, visiting every day, meeting society, attending all the elegant entertainments. You won't have a minute to spend on your own. Until you start a child. Then you'll have something to think about.
Come, come, my dear. You'll soon be in your own drawing room in Portman Square.
It's a pleasure to see you again, Elizabeth.
I hardly ever see anyone, Mr. Warnegger.
Elizabeth, have I not repeatedly asked you to call me George? Don't let him bring his quarrels home to you. I'm a better friend to him than he knows, to both of you. You don't know how much I value your friendship.
He is much with Ross these days.
A word of advice. I've heard that your cousin is in considerable debt. I wouldn't be too close if I were you. I only mention this for your sake, Elizabeth.
Well, little Mistress Poldark, will you stir me tea with your little finger?
Oh, she has better things to do with it.
And what are you here for, the smugglers? Because you won't find any.
Not for the smugglers, for the fishing.
Caroline, when we're married, we'll come to Cornwall as little as possible. There's nothing more boring than these country people with their petty squabbles, which are nothing to me. Or to you, my dear.
I intend to live here.
Live here, my dear? I'm not going to live here.
Why not? I was born at Kilwarren. Where else should I live?
With me, I presume, when we're married.
Presume too much, sir.
My friends, the time has come for me to announce the engagement of my niece and Mr. Unwin Trevona.
No, Uncle. The time has not come. Not yet.
There's a woman who knows her own mind.
Ross, I wanted to ask you something.
Poor Unwin. Or is it lucky Unwin?
Are you in debt? Badly in debt?
What? No more than usual. Why?
I heard you were. I'm glad it's not true.
So am I. Well, that was a short engagement. Why do you think she broke it off?
Perhaps she's met someone who can offer her more than he can.
Like you did once. Or have you forgotten?
I was ready to give up everything for you once. Have you forgotten?
Ross? Ross, what did Elizabeth say?
In a few weeks, our loan falls due.
Ross?
We won't be able to meet the interest. When I last spoke with Trencrum, he offered me extra money if I let him store his goods at Nampara.
Store them? Where?
In the house. He suggested cache under the floorboards. I thought in here might be the best place. It would only be for a day or two after each run.
Well, you know what I do think.
We need the money.
It is 20 times more dangerous to be in possession than just drawing your curtains, and that be dangerous enough.
It's dangerous to be alive.
Dr. Enys?
Miss Penvennon, I trust you are in good health, and your dog.
Yes, thanks to you.
I believe I have to congratulate you on your engagement to Mr. Trevonix.
You may congratulate me on ending it if you wish. Where are you going?
To Saul Village. Good day, Miss Penvennon.
I'll come with you.
You will not. There is sickness there. It could be infectious. I forbid it.
You should know me better than that, Doctor. I may be of some help.
It is no place for you. You have nothing to do with disease and death.
We all suffer from the same fatal disease, Doctor. It's called life. Now, will you argue with me in the road?
What are you doing walking in here like that?
You know me, Hoblin. Now go outside and wait until I've finished.
What does she want?
To help your daughter. What's the matter with the poor girl? Is she very bad? Dr. Enys, you think I'm a rich, spoilt young woman. Maybe I am. But I ask you to believe that I am trying not to be.
She has scrofula.
God. Is it certain?
Swelling, sores. Don't come too close. Breathing.
Can you do anything for her?
50 years ago, I would have sent her to London to be touched by the king.
The king's evil.
And little good it would have done her. We've advanced since then. With proper warmth, food, dryness, the things that kings take for granted.
It's my doll. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. God knows I'm sorry. I'll send them some money.
That is your answer for everything.
You can't blame me for this. I didn't even know it existed. But that's it, isn't it? People like me don't know.
I don't blame you more than anyone else, Miss Penvenner.
Oh, hurry up, Zaki.
Call yourselves miners? Ha! I could have dug a hole to America in half the time. Get your back into Zaki Martin. Color deep. And you, Paul Daniel. It's got to take all of Trent Crom's merchandise and keep it safe from... Huh?
Be that broom tired.
Eh, broom, you're not tired?
Use it.
John!
Don't push the dirt back into the hole. How much longer, Zaki?
Oh, about another hour, maybe, ma'am. Just line her with wood. Keep out the damp.
And not a word of what you've been doing, mate.
Oh, ain't no need of caution us, ma'am. We'll be old hands at this, won't we, boys?
Smugglers all be I of old, and I have no fear of no man, save for the wife that plagues me life, that saved me from that woman.
Mrs. to be soldiers.
Soldiers?
The road.
I done nothing. Ain't lifted a shovel. 'Tis a closet. You tell him 'tis a closet.
I'll go now. Not a sound anyway.
No, you tell him 'tis a...
Not a sound.
'Tis a closet for sitting and reading at the same time.
Captain McNeil.
Your servant, ma'am. I walked across from Trevorrance's with a letter for Captain Poldark. It was dropped off the night stage from Truro.
Thank you.
Is the captain at home?
Oh, he's at Wheel Grace, as usual. Been there all night.
All night? Oh, if I was him, all the copper in the world would not keep me from your bed. It's a braw morning for a walk.
It's early yet.
It's an old Scots saying, it's never too early for a glass or a lass.
Oh.
But I'll settle for the glass this time.
Alone in the house, Captain.
Oh, then I'll see you come to no harm.
How is Mr. Trevorrance?
MP. He's forever giving himself votes of confidence. And making speeches about the advantage of being single. Him and Mr. Pitt.
And you?
Aye, and I'll drink to it. Now, it has an advantage to a soldier in more ways than one.
Now, if I didn't know you, Captain, I'd think you were flirting with me.
Ah, but you don't know me, ma'am.
But you're Scots. As staid and sober as a church on Sunday.
A Scotsman at home, you may be cold and cautious, for have you ever seen Scots women? Oh, but with the women of the South, we're as hot as any Frenchman. Oh, don't tempt me. Mademoiselle de Melza, je vous en prie.
Oh.
Thought you said you were alone.
I am. It is said, Captain, that we Cornish folk have a drop of French blood in us, too.
Oh, if I thought you meant that. Je vous adore avec tout mon cœur. Et je voudrais coucher avec toi. Do you get my drift?
I think I know the way the wind's blowing.
Well, then. What the devil is that?
Well...
There's someone in there. Allow me, man.
It's just the babby got himself in a scrape.
Takes after his father. Oh, there's Ross now. Prudy? You take Master, Jeremy.
Yes, Mrs. Fine, Jeremy, my lovely. There you come to your Prudy.
There you are, Captain Poldark. You've a fine babby.
Do you have some business with me, sir?
Oh, nothing in particular. Unless it be to learn the fate of the man who murdered his wife and escaped the law. But, what was his name? Mark Daniel.
Oh, I haven't heard a word of him.
Oh. Well, then I'll leave you to your rest. Good day, Mistress de Melza. You've a brave, bonny boy.
Did you see anything?
No.
Why did you want to know about Mark Daniel?
Brought this letter.
We've been over almost the whole mine now, and there's nothing. Yet Mark swore he saw a rich lode down there. The night he hid from the soldiers. Doesn't make...
Ross? Ross, what is it? Who's the letter from?
Pasco. I thought we might have gone on for 2 or 3 months.
What is it? Ross, it concerns me too.
My bond for £1,000. With interest, it's worth 1,400 by now. It was put up for renewal. The War Legans bought it. Pasco's certain they'll foreclose.
What will that mean?
They'll demand the full sum when it falls due. 3 weeks from now.
What will they do?
Take the mine. Take Nampara.
Take everything.
If only Mark Daniel had told me where he saw the load.
Ask his brother Paul where he be. Find Mark and make him tell you where it is.
Oh, he's drowned. Or in France, which is good as drowned.
Trickram's got men in France. Look, send Charlie Kempthorne to him once, and you go and see Pasco. Oh, Ross.
Demelza, I'm tired.
Well, I'm tired. I won't let George Willegan get me down. Look, the whole world's tired, but if it didn't stand up for itself, we'd all be owned by blacksmiths. Oh, Ross.
And you're a miner's daughter.
I'm a gentleman's wife. I'll go and saddle Darky.
Good morning, Miss Penvannon.
Good morning.
I stayed to see him, miss, to thank you for what he be doing for Rosina.
You should thank Dr. Enys.
Him? He has his reasons.
And what are his reasons?
She ain't the first girl it happens all. But don't you worry, miss. I'm keeping an eye on she. Thank you, miss. God be with you.
Who's he? Charlie Kempthorne. What does he do? Well, he be a fisherman, but he don't catch much fish. What was he doing here? Courting. Courting? Rosina, how old are you? I don't know. Old enough, I reckon. Do you love this man? Oh, he be as smart and know as straight and would be better, Mum. What did he mean about Dr. Enys? Everyone knows that, Mum. Him and Daniel's wife. But 'tisn't true about me and him. That's just Charlie Kempthorne. We don't know that, Mum. Do we? Who is Daniel's wife? Daniel did for her, didn't he? Oh. What lives you simple country people lead. I'm not at all interested.
Once again, Miss Penven. She's making good progress. I must congratulate you on your perseverance.
Not for much longer, I'm afraid. My uncle has become impossible since I upset his plans for me. He thinks that as I am to inherit his fortune, I should accept his authority. I say he can keep both. I shall have my own fortune when I come of age in October. Do you think I'm right?
It is no concern of mine. I have no fortune.
You have no money. But that's not the same thing. Captain Poldark has no money. But he's the most fortunate man I know.
But I think he's the most unfortunate man I know, apart from one other.
The power of healing means nothing to you?
I cannot heal everyone.
Perhaps you should take a second opinion. You're not sick, Doctor. You're sorry for yourself. As you say, you can't heal everyone. Shall I prescribe for you? What does Kempthorne do when he comes courting?
Drinks gin.
Do you like gin? Where do the village boys take their girls when they go courting?
Oh, up the tall country where I can't see you.
And what do they do?
Oh, ho, ho.
Oh, ho, ho. Well, one can't be clearer than that.
I don't understand you. What do you want me to say?
Goodbye would seem appropriate.
Miss Penvennon, will you come riding with me tomorrow afternoon?
No, Dr. Enys. The day after tomorrow. Wait for me at the foot of the high tor.
Ross! 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 Where's Ross?
He's gone to church.
Oh, damn it, and Henshaw's down with the fever and everything. Demelza, I have found copper. All the copper in the world. Demelza, all our fortunes are made.
Francis, you found copper when nobody else. But Francis, like a drink, would he?
A drink, Demelza, who wants a drink? I have found copper in Willow Grace. Look at it. Damned if it's not pure.
Oh, do you know what this means? We can keep them. How did you find it?
Luck! The men are working the new level. I went down the old one on my own. I don't know why. I shifted some rocks, and there was an opening going almost straight down.
Again,
Yeah. Well, they must have missed it, or else it happened when we were blasting the new shaft. I could just squeeze myself through the opening, and there was a tunnel. The air was foul, it was dripping wet, there were winches full of water. Well, anyway, I could manage to work myself around, and there was a roof of copper. I don't know how I got back. It's really...
It's wonderful.
It is. It gives me a chance, you see, to make up for the harm that I've done you and Ross.
Francis, you've never done us any harm.
Oh, you'll forget the Carnmore Copper Company.
Oh.
Demelza, look, I told the Warleggers I was responsible for ruining Ross.
We knew about that long ago and forgot it long ago.
Ross knew, and yet he still took me into partnership.
Us don't change so easy. Old loyalties, old loves. Oh, he don't bear no grudge against you. Not for that nor nothing.
Yeah, I've always envied Ross, but no more than I do now.
You've got everything.
Oh.
You got Trenwith, your boy Elizabeth. You got Elizabeth.
Demelza, I would exchange it all for this. And someone who loved me.
I think Ross would change with you.
Then he'd be a fool, and Ross is no fool. I'm the only fool in the family. At least I was until today. I must get back to the mine. You fear Elizabeth. Don't. You think that because Ross and Elizabeth were once engaged, that they still love each other. Well, I can't speak for Ross, but I promise you that Elizabeth has never loved or will ever love anyone but herself. Your humble and very wealthy servant, Francis Poldark.
Oh, please, God.
Ah, good day, Paul Daniel.
We want a man to go down with ye. Be off the day shift soon.
Oh, no, I shall be up. Well, then, give me a hat, would you? Thank you.
What are we going to do when they close the old girl down? Our needs is work. It's children, bread. We can scrape along on turnips as it is.
There's bread. And the big houses.
Oh, there'll be bars and prison windows.
They pulled down the prison across the water. They pulled down the king.
Well, I wouldn't trust them. They'd be Francis.
They'd be mad.
Now, thinks too much, Paul Daniel. Don't do to think too much in times like these.
London we heard a great shout. Down fell my hobby horse and I cried out. We looked to our town, we might have a feast. And if there is but little, why thou shalt have some, and dance to the bagpipes and beating of the drum.
What's for pudding, Prudy?
Oh, Ross.
I told you I'll go and see for myself tomorrow. Francis knows nothing about copper, except how to spend it.
Well, if you just look at the samples.
After dinner. Aren't you going to eat anything?
How can I eat?
Warlegan won't take anything but cash. Pascoe can't raise that much on what I've got to offer.
But if half what Francis said be true. Oh, Ross, I'm worried sick. You've got to look at the samples.
Surface deposit. Water running down through the old lode picked up traces of copper and deposited them below. Poor old Francis.
Oh. Prudy! Oh, where's that lump? Prudy!
It's an easy enough mistake to make.
Easy enough to ruin us. Prudy!
Eli's here from Trenwith, sir, asking for Master Francis. Come on. Get your hat.
Excuse me, sir, but Mr. Francis' horse came home without him.
Why, have you looked for him?
Well, along the road.
Well, he went back to Will Grace about 2 or 3 hours ago. Said he was going down the old workings.
What the devil's he doing down there? I suppose I better go and see. It's like a rabbit warren. Zaki knows it best. Eli, you come with me. Zaki, have you seen Mr. Francis? Has he come up yet?
Well, he ain't down, sir.
Well, when did you come on?
About 2 hours back. Paul was on before that.
Oh, my God, I've forgotten. When men change shift, I've forgotten.
You mean he'd been down there 2 hours?
God forgive me.
You can pray later. Zaki, you know the old working. Show me.
And me, sir.
All right, but quickly.
Sir.
Careful. I might have been a fool. Francis? That's what he saw.
Fool's cobbler.
Oh, my God.
Bring him out.
I'll race you!
There's something you ought to know about yourself.
You cannot tell me anything about myself. You don't know about...
Daniel's wife. But I do. And I don't care what may have happened in the past.
It is impossible.
Look around you. Was this ever possible?
I am responsible for a woman's death.
And a woman's life. You're as responsible for what happens to me as you are for what happened to her. And I'm here. Now.
Forgive me. Help me. Caroline.
Poor Francis Poldark.
Ross has closed Will Grace. Now he has nothing. I was in Truro last week, and Pasco, the banker, said he will have to sell Nampara.
Men are so stupid about money.
My dear, we are stupid about everything.
Captain Poldark to see you, ma'am. Show the captain in. Geoffrey, go play in your room.
Hello, Geoffrey. How are you? I see the boy's well.
He's too young to understand.
I wish it might not have happened. And in that way. Since we were boys, he feared drowning.
He drank enough.
He's gone. Let that be enough.
And we're still here.
I've brought you the last accounts for Will Grace. I'll keep the pump running until the coal is finished and then close the mine for good. Since half the shares are in your son's name, I need your approval. There's no money. I'd sell the land, but it's mortgaged. It'll be gone soon enough. And Lampara.
How happy we were once together, when it seemed that nothing could ever change.
Were we?
Weren't we, Ross?
I can't remember.
Summers without clouds, winters without sorrows. I wonder if everyone looking back sees the same bright morning when all the obstacles look like lost opportunities. Our life is full of lost opportunities.
Ours? We have no life together. You chose Francis.
And you, Demelza.
Yes, we've made a pretty parcel of it all. But it is made, and there's no unmaking it. My house, my land, my living, they're all gone.
What will you do now?
What can I do? Find somewhere for my wife and child to live. As for myself... What? I still have my commission. I don't give a curse what happens to me. What will you do now?
Care for my son, Trenwith. I don't know if I'll be able to keep Trenwith.
Warlegan? He'll have it all if he can.
I wish you didn't hate him so much.
I wish I didn't owe him so much.
He's offered to help me. What can I do? Can you help me, Ross?
I can't help anyone, Elizabeth. I could once. Yes, I remember the summers and the winters, but what's the use of it? What we have is hard enough to bear without adding what we might have had. One consolation, it's not you I'm dragging into poverty with me.
I wouldn't care.
I would. I do. That I brought you so far down. The damned Poldarks. God, we are. Francis down with too much and I with too little. And what there is ready to be sold up around me. Damned in luck and damned in love.
Love. I once knew the meaning of that word. Tell me.
The sun warming her. The sea washing her. The air caressing her. The earth embracing her. The child in her arms. The pure joy of living in her heart.
And who is she? Ross, who is she? I won't ask George Warlegan to help me if you tell me not to.
How can I tell you what to do? Do what's best for the boy. For Francis' son, he must have the best. Like Francis. No, wait. I have to go to Truro. I'll see Pascoe again, if you'll wait till I return. Will you wait, Elizabeth? This time?
Will you wait for me this time?
Yes, that's right. The French are indigent, sir. Indigent.
Damn the French.
Damn them indeed, sir. They're also pertinent, sir. Pertinent.
You have to say everything twice.
Travis, what is the motto of Pascoe's bank?
Duplicate, Mr. Pascoe. Duplicate.
As I was saying, Captain Poldark, they're indigent, and they're also pertinent, because their indigence will lead them to excess, and their excesses will lead us into war.
What am I worth, lock, stock, and barrel?
You're worth nothing, sir, until you let me finish what I'm saying. The probability of war and the consequent rise in the price of copper has interested a client of mine in your situation. This client proposes to advance you a sum of money.
How much?
A sum of money to settle your debt, capital and interest to O'Legan & Co.
Oh, God.
And to cover the cost of reopening the Wheel Grace mine, and further, to give you income for an initial period.
I don't believe it.
Would you like me to say it again? Very well. A client of mine...
I don't believe it. Who is he? This client? I mean, it will take all of £2,000. Well, do you believe it?
I believe this, sir. A bond for £2,500 secured against the future profits of Wheel Grace.
So I'm free from the Warlegans?
Completely free.
Who's done this, Pascoe? Is it you?
Not I, sir. No, not I. I wish it might have been.
A client. A client who does not give a name.
On the bond, no name. Well, who am I to thank? I must thank someone, Pascal.
Providence, sir. Providence?
I think it's you. But never mind. I shall thank Providence. And now that I'm free, I want to use some of that money for my cousin's widow. £600 at once.
No.
To buy her son's shares in Will Grace. Say the offer comes from a client who doesn't give a name. Tell her what you told me about the indigent French. She won't believe you either, but she needs the money. And Pascal, next time you talk to Providence, thank him with all my heart. With all my heart.
Sheriff, Captain Poldark is a kind-hearted man. Kind-hearted man. He wouldn't make a banker. No, sir. He would not make a banker.
I'll be these for keeping her for selling.
Master Charles, Master Joshua.
Well, he were a mean old lummox, and he weren't much better. We'd sell them both.
Oh, Prudy.
Well, 'tis the ups and downs of life. They be going down, and so be you.
Well, I ain't going anywhere I ain't been before. But Ross. Oh, Prudy, what will I do if he leaves me? He goes back to the regiment.
Well, I ain't nowhere else he can go. Oh, drat that dog! Murder that dog!
All these past years.
What you doing up there?
What's it look like?
Full moon.
You know what they say if you look at one? You go silly in the head.
Oh, tent the head, my dear. Now, look here, I called round to ask you to the hunt ball at Wherry House, come Martinmas.
Won't be here at Martinmas. Can't you see you packing up to go?
Oh, what for?
Because everything has to be sold up, that's what's for. Empire and all. Russ got himself ruined.
Ruined himself, has he? Selling up, is he? I might put in a bid.
What for?
You. I mean it, Demelza.
I think you do, Sir Hugh.
But you could do worse.
I think I could.
Mistress of Wherry House. Not at first, you understand, there's Connie, but in time.
Then I became mistress of its master. What do you think Russ would think of that?
If he were looking over Trenwith way, he might say you were doing him a favour. Think about it.